Hi, and welcome to the Sweet Life of Steve. The holidays are coming up fast, so we're making an easy, creamy cheesecake that will wow anybody at your holiday party. It's also a twofer because this can be easily adapted into a sugar-free keto version. Now, I'll have to be honest, cheesecake has a lot of areas where it can go wrong. It can crack, it can break, the custard will get overbaked and look like scrambled eggs, and if you're doing a sugar-free version, then the texture is all over the place. So I've come up with a very easy, foolproof method to make sure you have a beautiful, silky, smooth, and creamy cheesecake every single time, regardless if you're doing original recipe or sugar-free delicious. We're making a dark night, and I'll be using cold brew coffee from our friends at Night Kitchen Coffee. Now, the guy who owns this place is a NASA engineer, so apparently coffee is rocket science. I'm starting with some Fireball, about half an ounce. That looks about right. And some Amaretto. Is that what this is? I'm using this stuff. About half an ounce. Next, some simple syrup, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. About a half an ounce as well. Stir to combine. And quite honestly, you could just drink it as is, just like this. But since we're doing a dark night, I'll add my cold brew. Sip with the lights off. Perhaps I should find the hole. Hello, gorgeous. Time to make our cheesecake batter. This is a very easy recipe. It's essentially a dump and stir. In my food processor, I have 1 pound of softened room temperature cream cheese. To that, I'm adding 2 eggs, some sour cream. Use full fat everything here, because remember, fat is flavor, but fat is also tenderness. Now, my sugar. If you were going to make the sugar-free version, this is where you would add your erythritol, not sugar. And remember, anytime we're doing substitutions, the end result might not turn out exactly the same. Sort of like, imagine going to see Glengarry Glen Ross 2 starring Stephen Baldwin. I mean, they came from the same place, but the result is very different. This is gold. And some vanilla bean paste. Of course, as always, just a spooge. Pulse everything together.
Who didn't plug this thing in?
PA Rob! Technical difficulties, operators are standing by. I guess I'll just drink some of this while I'm at it. And now we're just gonna pulse this together. Let that go for about 15 seconds or so, and then make sure to scrape so you get everything that didn't go the first time around. Get down in there, really scrape it. You wanna make sure that everything is emulsified and well mixed. About another 30 seconds should do it. Boom. Smooth, creamy, and delicious. Now we're pouring this into an ungreased baking vessel. Any size, doesn't matter. Look at how delicious and creamy that looks. Yummy. Hello, gorgeous. We will cover this with aluminum foil. Make sure to pierce a couple holes so the steam can come out, and bake at 325 degrees until it is set. And I'll show you a neat trick to know when it's done. We've pulled out of the oven because we're done. Always pull out when you're done. And now I'm gonna show you the trick to see when your cheesecake is actually finished. You want it to be like your ass. It should wiggle, but not jiggle. Wiggle, one cohesive movement instead of it's hot. Can you see it? Wiggle, not jiggle. Do we get that? One of the really cool things about this recipe is when you're baking cheesecake, sometimes it's gonna crack, sometimes you can get it overbaked, and especially with the sugar-free option, the baked custard is a different texture altogether. So we're gonna solve any of those problems by putting the baked custard into our food processor and blending it completely. We have to do this while it's still hot so that when it sets up, it's as if it was setting up in its baked form. Obviously, this is very hot. Into the processor we go. Just dump it right on in there, okay? Kind of looks like broken scrambled eggs right now. That's totally fine, nothing wrong, nothing awkward to see here. This is exactly how it should be. And now we're just gonna pulse until it's smooth and creamy. Always scrape to get all that cheesecakey goodness. Look at that, I'm getting a cheesecake facial. Ooh, a spa day. Pulsey, pulse, pulse, pulse. And we're done. I'm using a store-bought crust. Why? Because I'm lazy. And ain't nobody got time for that. Now, of course, you could also pour this into some glass ramekins and let it set up that way. That's a gluten-free option if you need to do that. Careful, it's hot. And now this is going to be a gorgeous, velvety, smooth, creamy, cheesecakey consistency that is completely different than any cheesecake you've had. But your friends are gonna go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yes, it is. Smooth it out. And you're going to want to press a piece of plastic wrap to the surface of this. That's gonna allow it to cool completely and not develop a crust. And into the refrigerator we go for about 8 hours until it's set, and then we're done. Now that we've made our cheesecake, we need to make a topping because topping is fun. I'm doing a fresh strawberry salad. It's called a salad because it's in a bowl. And anytime you put anything in a bowl, it's a salad. Even if your strawberries aren't in season, we're going to add a lot of flavor components to them. So if your strawberries are kind of in December when they're not really in season, this will still make them taste nice and fresh and sweet. Some sugar, a couple tablespoons, orange liqueur, whatever is your favorite. I'm using some dried mint because I never have fresh mint on hand. Who does? The zest of a lemon, and something very French, some fresh cracked pepper. Stir everything until it's combined, and we want to let this sit for about 5 minutes so that all the strawberries are gonna macerate in all of this deliciousness. Then there'll be a little bit of juice, so we'll pour all of that over our cheesecake. The lemon zest adds a wonderful bright note to this. And actually in our sugar-free version of this cheesecake, the lemon zest also helps to offset a little bit of that chemically flavor that erythritol gives. So that paired with the blending of it makes this a really nice sugar-free keto option. Of course, you'll have to do something different for your topping if you want it to be sugar-free. I don't know, don't put the sugar in with the strawberries, or just eat it plain, it's still delicious. That couldn't be easier, right? While we wait for that, I'm gonna get our cheesecake cut. Wow, look at that, they're here. It's like, hey, Mr. Cheesecake, here I am. Hello, gorgeous. Let's get into this, shall we? So everybody at home is just waiting with bated breath, I can tell, to see like, is this actually going to work? Let's find out. So, look at that. Ooh, creamy, silky deliciousness. Cheesecakey, yummy. And now we'll just dress this with a little bit of our fresh strawberry salad. Look at that. Make sure to get all those nice juicy bits there. Delicious. Hey, honey. Ooh, hello, gorgeous. I made some cheesecake.
Yum.
So we have a regular version and we have a sugar-free version, and you'll get to decide which one is which. So, spoonula, forkula.
Oh.
Which one you want?
regular. Was I not supposed to have regular?
No, you weren't supposed to know until you tasted them and figure out which one was which.
Oh, I thought it was one or the other.
Well,
That way. Sorry.
it is, but...
Then I will choose sugar-free.
Okay, so let me explain you how this works, okay? One is original, one is sugar-free, but you're not supposed to know. Okay. So you're gonna say, I'll take the one with the strawberries on it, or, I'll take the one in the pretty little jar. Ready?
Okay. I'll take the strawberries.
Okay, good, and I'll take the one in the pretty little jar. Look at the texture of that.
So now I'm guessing.
Well, you haven't tried the other one yet. Oh my God. Did we write a script for this thing or what? What the hell? And taste that one. And now,
I have no idea.
good, right answer. Wonderful. This is gold. For all these recipes, look in our description below, as well as please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know, what is your creamy, delicious goodness? Hey, Mr. Cheesecake!